Can I strike my company off that has taken a bounce back loan? Honestly, if I had hair, it would have all been pulled out by now. The short and simple answer is no. You cannot strike a company off that has taken a bounce back loan and not paid it back. End of story, no exceptions, they are the facts. And if any of your advisors are advising you differently, you need a new advisor. You could always have a chat with First Business Rescue. Slight little plug there. No, it's quite serious, this. There are so many directors who have attempted to avoid an insolvency investigation by trying to strike their limited company off. Now, before COVID, let's say you owed a few quid to the revenue, you may have owed a few suppliers, and you didn't have any funds to pay a liquidator's fees. You may have been advised, well, listen, attempt to strike the company off, file a DSO1 form, it's going to cost you £10, write to your creditors, telling them that you've got no cash, no assets, and it's highly likely the creditors would go, well, I'm not going to get anything here by forcing the issue, and they'd let the company be struck off and it would disappear from the register. Now, at the start of 2021, the numbers on strike-offs went up 743%. Now, I don't know if it's a coincidence, but the government then stepped in and they started to talk about a new law that came into force in 2022. Now, the new law, I'm going to have to read my notes here. It's the ratings, brackets, coronavirus, and directors disqualification, brackets, dissolve companies bill. Quite a mouthful. But what it essentially means is you cannot use this loophole to close down a company that's taken a bounce back loan. And if you have, you're going to face the consequences. Because one of the things that this new bill says, which is now law, is you could be made to pay compensation to the creditors that missed out. So you took a bounce back loan, the bank haven't got any money back. That means you're going to have to pay the bank for some or all of your bounce back loan personally. It's not really worth the £10 because your company can and will be reinstated for up to 20 years after it gets through the dissolution process. Now, it's highly likely if you've tried to dissolve your company, someone's objected to it, because when someone lends you money, what they'll do is they'll put a little marker on your company. And if anything changes with your company status, like a strike-off, they'll have software that will say, hello, Mr. Bank, Mr. Smith Limited is trying to strike his company off, and they'll object to it. Now, the government have come out and said they will not repay the banks their guarantee on the bounce back loans if they've let a company be struck off. So please, 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 if you're looking at closing a company with a bounce back loan, you've really got only one option, and that's liquidation. Whether you do a voluntary liquidation or you wait for a compulsory liquidation, it's going to be down to your circumstances. But the way to close a company that's taken a bounce back loan is a liquidation. You need to take insolvency advice as soon as you can. If you can't afford a liquidator's fees, go and watch the video I've done. I can't afford to pay a liquidator's fees. It'll give you some good options and some answers there. But please, 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 for the love of God, if you're watching this and you've taken a bounce back loan and someone's told you to use a DSO1 form to strike the company off, you should strike the person that's just told you, oh, sorry, I can't believe that come out. You should get a new advisor. Do not try and strike a company off that's taken a bounce back loan. Any advice that you'd like, free, independent, get in touch with us. Chris Wordham. Goodbye.